Good evening, World Wide Web. This is James. Welcome back to my stock channel, your favorite ticker picker. We're doing another video update. This one's going to be on the stock FUBO, F-U-B-O, FUBO TV Inc. I think they own Bally also. This is the people that you pay $20 a month to, and then you can stream your favorite baseball team, your favorite basketball team, your favorite hockey team, your local one, the one that's not on your TV anymore because your local cable company decided that they didn't feel like paying for it and could not include it in the service anymore. A lot of people are disenfranchised by this across the country, and they can't get to watch their local teams. Or if your local team is across the country, you can just focus in on that one team with this. For $20 a month. And if it is across the country, though, you would be competing with MLB TV or the NBA network or whichever the network is, because you could always watch ones across the country. But even those don't allow you to watch your local games. Like, I'm a member of the Major League Baseball one. I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan. I live in Orlando. They're not going to let me watch any Rays game on the MLB app. I have to actually pay another $20 to Bally, which I think is FUBO TV, for that service. So I'm actually one of their customers, and that gives me a little advantage to understanding what in the hell they do. They charge me money. I get Lightning games, Magic games, and Rays games, because those were my three selections. I could have chose the Florida Panthers or the Marlins. Those are blacked out also. The Miami Heat's blacked out. I could have chose that. Pretty much the whole state of Florida is blacked out. Sling doesn't have it. YouTube TV doesn't have it unless you pay extra for it. I suppose you could do that with them. Then you're going to pay the 40 or 50 for that plus the extra 20. So yeah, it can get up there. But if you just want to focus on your games every night, favorite team, FUBO would be the way to do it. 5-year craziness for FUBO. Up to $40, $50. Very optimistic at some point. Lots of stuff happening in this company. I don't know where it started out its life. It looked like it went bananas in 2016 in the hundreds of thousands of dollars range. I've never seen anything like this. And just fell right into this is at $90, what the bottom bar is. 90, 70, 60, $10, $10, $11. 23, 26, 27, 23. It's up and down, $1.95 today. I love this kind of a stock because I like a rebounder. I like a rebounder with a big presence. Let's see if it's a rebounder or a rebuster. Let's just take a quick look at the income statement, and we can see grow. Looks like they lit it up in 2020. With $217 million in revenue. Follow that up with $638. Follow that up with $1 billion. Ooh. Losses, $561 million. $382. $570. Let's hope these were the kickstart losses and not true losses. Imagine that they have to cut in the MLB, the NHL, and the NBA. They have to cut them into the action. I don't know if they're cutting them on a prescriber basis. It's probably on a prescriber basis, and I would hope that it would make financial sense. I hope they're not spending $28 to sell me this for $20. So we're hoping to find some of this money on the balance sheet with an acquired asset of some sort. I don't know. Yeah, well, they did grow up assets. 2021, they went from 860 to 1.4 billion in assets. Yikes. And then from 1.4 billion to 1.28 billion. Their debt line actually went up also, 2022. It is at $874 million. Huh. What's wrong with this thing? Too many shares? There's got to be a problem with it. We haven't found it yet. 209 million outstanding shares. I wouldn't say that's too many. It's a lot, but it's not too many. They have $337 million in cash. That's a lot of cash. What they don't have is a lot of stock price. Why the hell is this company trading so low? The whole company is only worth $569 million right now. I guess that's about right. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's why. But with that kind of growth, I'm really surprised to see this kind of destruction on a balance sheet. Good Lord. I mean, on a stock chart. There was no destruction on the balance sheets. This looked fantastic. Let's check out their quarterlies. Growing up through Christmas and then dying off for March. Well, actually, it held $324 million for the last quarter. The smallest loss to date for the year of $83 million. Put up almost a similar number, and look at this loss, 151. I sense it's thinning, the thinning. I think that's a horror movie. That might be a really good sign right there, guys. That might be a sign of a company that almost could show something in the positive shortly if they really, really wanted to. The revenue came up considerably. I'd imagine some of this is seasonal with the beginning of the NHL season. Major League Baseball would be like in March. Everyone would sign up for it that wanted the baseball games. Everybody would sign up in the summertime. When you wanted the basketball games, which is probably down. And I think hockey, I don't even know when hockey starts. I guess it just ended, so it's probably going to start probably September-ish, maybe. Maybe this would be hockey. I don't know what the December line is. Why is December so darn big? Maybe it's a popular gift. But we look at this 319 and this 324. We come to a company that is 1.4 billion in size. If this is the new revenue line, if these two here are the new number, if they grew the company up here to this level, we're looking at a $1.3 billion company, which is a lot bigger than this $1 billion company that we had in 2022. I sense this sucker going up to here, you guys. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4 good years in a row. We're going to be well over $1 billion on a subscription service. It might not have been that smart to get in early. It looked like this was just a bunch of talk back here from those early stock charts, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Just a bunch of yabble babble. $4 million a year in revenue, no revenue. 2019, just a lousy $4 million. Just to go from that to $1.5 billion. Now, things that can adversely affect their business. People are leaving cable. And the cable companies don't want to pay the Sunshine, SunNet, or the Rays or any sports team. They don't want to pay them their fair share, I guess, to hold the channels on there. They claim it doesn't bring enough viewers, but the viewers are nightly and consistent, so they're probably a stronger viewer than they're giving it credit for. These people are out paying $20 a month, and when you have that many of them, 1.3 billion divided by 20, what is that? That's a lot of damn people. I don't know. How many is that? Is that 7 million people? I don't know. I'll check the news. FUBO TV is under the microscope ahead of earnings. And they went up after earnings. Look at that. They were down to $1.16. FUBO stock rallies after outlook hiked. Sports betting business dropped. Are they doing sports betting too? Ooh, that would be a twist. Buy into a casino here. FUBO TV stock rallies after outlook hiked. Sports betting business dropped. Dropped as in dropped, or dropped as in got rid of it? Or like dropping a microphone. Shares rallied in extended sessions Monday after the streaming TV platform hiked its sales forecast for the third quarter, said it was dropping its sports betting businesses, and reaffirmed its outlook of positive cash flow 4 years from now. Its outlook of positive cash flow 4 years from now? Good Lord. I don't have positive cash flow till 4 years from now. Oh, that's just depressing. I don't know. Well, it's nice of them just to come out and tell us up front. In 2028, you'll see some positive cash flow. I wonder what that even means. Or why they think it'll take. FUBO TV's previous third quarter subscribers guidance was 1.14 million to 1.6 million for the North America and 340 to 360 for the rest of the world. So this is claiming they got 1.5 million. I got it at $20 a month. I wonder what everyone else is paying. Maybe they're getting a bigger package. Also, the company said it expects third quarter North American revenue of at least 210 million. Ooh, up 34% year over year, and the rest of the world revenue at least 5.5 million. So yeah, he's got it. This was older news too, though. So they dropped a sports betting business. I was kind of excited about that. I wanted them to gamble with the money that I was gambling with. FUBO TV stock rallies after outlook hiked, sports betting business dropped. FUBO TV releases Q2 financial results. Everyone really liked that. I don't know why. What was good to like? I don't know. So, positive cash flow. How bad is their cash flow? And where's it going? Operating expense for the year, 370 million. Yikes. That's a bunch. How negative is this cash flow? Not very negative. It's $32 million last year, plus 239 million, plus 128. What the hell are they talking about? It always has positive cash flow. We're going to break into positive cash flow in 4 years. Really? Because you're like almost there now. And you were just there. Let's look at this quarterly. Okay, they're there now. And neutral. Yeah, it looks like they broke into positive cash flow, whatever they did. And they did it before. They just had a really bad quarter here. Maybe that's them paying their bills or something. Who knows? Yeah, well, I guess they're looking at it yearly. That one big negative spike killed the cash flow of the year. Negative 78 million for the March quarter. And that was their negative cash from operations. So just operating made them lose 80 million. All right, so they 80 million for the quarter is what they need. I guess more to break even. And at this pace, they are collecting cash in their little FUBO TV app. I guarantee you that. At this pace of rising, 638 to $1 billion. Yikes, I guess they're going to need $320 million just to get the cash flow correct. So I guess they are going to need to go up to 1.3 billion, which was my prediction by the end of this year. I don't know why he's saying in 4 years, though. I think they got some really big bills to pay. They probably had to buy the rights and sell their souls to the NBA and give all of their money and all of their everything to get these rights and to get this deal started and to buy everybody the way they did. They just stole this industry from the cable companies and from a lot of people. These apps are doing really well. I like it. I like watching it, and I think I'm gonna start maybe snapping it up here when it hits a buck. This thing here was just at $1.04. I'm not gonna pay $1.95 for it. Just hit $1.04 in April. $1.67 in May. It was $1.88. Yeah, it's been two something. Might be a fun one to day trade. Let's see if it's safe. How much money do they have? And they have $337 million. That's a lot of cabbage. And if they're going to be burning through 80 of it every quarter in negative cash flow, they're going to run out in a year. I guess they got about a year to straighten this thing out. I don't know. They did something on their income statement that made it look like they're coming closer, but that could be a one-off also. It could just be, it could be a seasonal one-off. Quarterly right here. They almost nipped it in the bud. I don't know. This was reported in March. So this would have been, yeah, January, February, March would have been the first quarter. It would have ended in March. It wouldn't have been April, though. The April business would have been the I Love Baseball business, which would have been coming on the June report, which would have been right here. So the new I Love Baseball business is the next line that gets reported probably any day now. Let me see when the earnings come out. Hold on one second. The NASDAQ algorithms are guessing August 3rd. It's a guess, though. FUBO has not announced it yet, and they will. Are they growing in subscribers? Yes. Are they growing incredibly rapidly? Yes. Does the stock seem really cheap? Yes. Company's valued at $600 million. That's about 6 months revenue. It's heavily backwards. It comes with a cash draw problem. It might not be worth anything on paper. How much do they need to do a positive cash flow, or to, let's just say, double their current income line? I don't know how much time passes before this thing doubles again. Doubled year over year, 638 to 1.3. It doubled in 2 years. So maybe at the end of 2024, it's maybe doubled off this level. It would, yeah, then there'd be around 2 billion if it does that. I don't know. How many customers are there? More and more get turned on. I split it with a buddy. I send him $10 through Zelle every month, and we split Bally, FUBO TV. I think I downloaded FUBO and it downloaded the Bally app for me. Same logo though. I believe it's the same company. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I didn't make this big long video about my experience and have it not be true. But anyways, thank you for watching. I kind of like this one. I want to play it. I don't know, just casually. I don't feel like they're going anywhere. I think they might get somewhere faster if needed. I think that they might be able to pull that off. Getting rid of the gambling business is probably really smart. That was probably a big bleed on cash. And where did they do that? Tumbles on disclosure of shares. Ooh. Tumbled on shares that were sold at a steep discount in 2022. Conservative subscriber outlook. Uh-oh. Yeah, we can't read that because they're not going to let us, but that doesn't sound like good news. No, sir. Okay. Losses narrow more than expected. Revenue beats. This was the last earnings report. Huh. So that's what they said. I'm going to go listen to the last earnings report. I'm going to go find out what it said and see how optimistic he was. In the quarter here, in the last month, up 16%. In 6 months, up 18%. I don't know. We might have a swinger here. This thing could be doing $4 billion a year pretty darn soon and be worth $20. I don't know. Wouldn't kill you to get 100 shares of it or 50 shares. It might very well be hanging on to. It's definitely almost hitting name brand status. FUBO TV, everybody. Tread lightly on this one. But yeah, it looks like it's well, we know how real it is, and we know what the demand is, and it's the only way to get your local team. Literally, I cannot get it another way without spending $70 or $80 a month, and then that changing and then upgrading and making it cost more after that. And I can split it with a buddy, so we each pay 10. It's like a really good deal. FUBO TV, FUBO. Thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel, please. I'll bring you more updates on FUBO. And like the video, please, so more people get to see it. Thank you so much, and have a great night.